Okay, so I mentioned that there's a new way to look at languages and how they might be grouped, and also how you might find yourself interested in certain languages. Okay, so the first group of languages that we're going to deal with are those somewhat in the north, and that has to do with those people who speak these languages. Let's see, use something like Polish, Ukrainian, Russian, unlike that, even Finnish, although it's not in the same group actually. But we're not grouping them like that. We're grouping them in the fact that this has to do with what they drink. That's right. So you'll find, although this is a very strange name for one, vodka. The languages that drink vodka, the people who drink vodka. So what are you going to know about this? Well, they come from a harsh environment. They're very direct people. They're not easy to know, but they will definitely be there for you, because just like the drink, they're strong, they're powerful, and they also don't mince a lot of words. They don't try to act as if they're something that they're not. They're pretty reserved, but then when you get to know them, they're very strong, just like that. So the vodka languages. So once again, think about that. This is a whole new way to look at languages. It's from the alcohol, liquor that each region drinks. So okay, let's move on there. So you got the hard, stony cold sort of people in a way. Those are once again the vodka drinkers. All right. So let's move then to let's say I don't have everything here, but here's a. This is strange. Let's go to Germany, that area, Holland, many other countries, but stemming from that, so you've got the beer drinking languages. Now the beer drinking languages, they're not quite as standoffish as the vodka drinkers. They're a little bit more social. They're also people who will have your back if you know them well. They're a little bit easier to meet, because they will mix in large groups, because beer is one of those congenial drinks that a lot of people will do in large numbers. Also, it's not obviously as strong as vodka, so you'll drink a lot more of this. So the beer drinking languages. Now, okay, so let's switch. So we've had the cold. Now we had the people here who are a little bit more open. The Germans, although a lot of people don't consider the Germans that open, but let's say in comparison to the Russians, yeah, they're a little bit more open. Now we switch from sort of Germanic languages to the best of the group, really, and those are the languages that are wine drinkers. So what do we have? We have Italy, we have Spain, we have Portugal, France, of course, Greece also comes into this. These people are the most social group. Wine is a open flowing type of drink that allows people to know each other. It's taken slowly, it's tranquilo, as they say, and it's something that you enjoy. You don't just drink it to slam it down. The taste is important, the ambiance is important, the going through things. So these people are the most social, they're the most outgoing, the ones who are most accepting of other people. They'll talk about any subject just upon knowing them within 20 minutes. If you go into certain cafes, if you speak the language, you'll instantly be invited to have drinks with the people, which is not how it's going to be with the beer drinkers, and not the way it's going to be with the vodka drinkers, that's for certain. Now, I want to switch a little bit, but I got to tell you that if you're an open person, a gregarious person, a person who wants to explore philosophy, art, wants to talk about design, wants to talk about history, the wine drinkers are the ones who've been actually of Western civilization, which has influenced the entire world and more than any other place on the planet. These are the people to meet, and these are the languages to know. Okay, so what about some other places? Well, okay, so we can go to, let's say, for example, the north. the what would be called the Celtic languages, P or Q, doesn't matter. Those people, now, they're not as congenial as the wine drinkers. They're not the same as the vodka drinkers who have the harsh environments, but those people who lived in, say, for example, in the Highlands of Scotland are definitely harsh environment people, and they have to have an occasion to drink. But when they do, they drink wildly and a lot. So you'll know, of course, the whiskey, Scotch. I've got whiskey somewhere here, but it's bad quality stuff. I don't know if I want to show that. Anyway, so they'll drink that sort of thing. Those people are known to, obviously the Irish have a stereotype of drinking hard, falling down, getting up, and drinking again. Now, they're also prone to get violent during these these periods, but they don't do it every single day. It seems to be, has to be an event. So they're more scheduled people. They're not as relaxed and as tranquil and open and easygoing as the wine drinkers. As I said, they're not quite as reserved as the vodka drinkers who will drink solo. In fact, you'll find lots of YouTube videos on how to drink vodka solo. Now, okay, so those are some of the major categories: vodka drinkers, wine drinkers, beer drinkers. There's the whiskey drinkers. Now, what about other countries that have specialized strange stuff? For example, I don't know if I would drink this. This is from Laos. This is some disgusting stuff. Actually, I was given this and I have not had the guts to try to drink it. This is Lao whiskey with honey, and there's something else in here too. What is it? It tells me on this card here. What does it say? It says that you can drink it straight up. Yeah, right. Okay. Receives a sweet, tangy boost from the special ingredients. Yeah, it's got honey, lime. It's honey and lime for certain in there, and Lao whiskey, which obviously is probably make you blind. So certain countries like Laos have their own types of drinks. So the same thing you could say with sake. That's in Japan. Or they start to import other people's drinks, but their regional drink is what I'm looking for. So these sorts of things will give you a clue. Now, these people, of course, when they drink, they're drinking for occasions, but they're definitely reserved. They're not open like the wine drinkers. They're not going to talk about philosophy. They're not going to talk about quantum physics when you're drinking. No, it's just going to be about doing a lot. For some reason, they like to do a lot of cheers with each other. I don't know. It seems like they want to act like they've worked on a space shuttle, but that's about it. And you got to watch them when they get to a certain amount of alcohol in them. They'll just go wild. And for I got to mention that, for example, yopaparai, which is drunk in Japanese, they're excused from anything that they do when they're drunk because they're just not themselves. So they're not considered like as the United States, where you are always responsible for everything that you do, regardless of the state that you're in mentally. Anyway, so then, okay, my big warning then for these should give you some clues about the languages you should be interested in. If you're interested in the reserved but strong personality people who are there, they're not going to let you down, who are survivors who've taken, they've taken Chernobyl, for example, then vodka drinkers, vodka languages. If you're interested in people who are a little bit more congenial and who will also be a little bit reserved, then you want the beer drinking Germanic influenced languages, and Dutch, for example, and in German. And then, though, of course, my favorite, if you want to know the people who are the most open, most gregarious, and the ones who have influenced the arts the most, among other things, the wine drinking languages. Now, okay, what about those places that don't really have any sort of drink? Well, I would stay the hell away from those places. For example, let's think about Arabic countries where there is no alcohol. Definitely not a language I want to know because they exclude men from women and they form very tight, controlled societies. Not not interesting to me. In fact, I think it's a good sign that any language community that doesn't drink has something wrong with it and is trying to be fanatical in one strong direction, and I really don't have anything in common with those. So if you're that type of person who likes that, then maybe you will like to learn all the different versions of Arabic, Berber, on and on. Okay, so what about indigenous languages? Well, there are small drinks. The alcohols are not known in a large region, other than maybe like mezcal, for example, or tequila. These sorts of things are small languages using hardly known drinks, which means they're part of hardly known languages. So if you like that, and if you want to be what you want to consider the quote unquote exotic, then that might be language for you. But anyway, so this is a new way to categorize languages, and that's by the alcohol that's used by the larger macro community, and that you might find yourself most akin to beer drinkers, vodka drinkers, whiskey drinkers, wine drinkers, or maybe this horrible concoction of, just put me straight into the morgue right now drink from Laos. Anyway, this is the Power Linguist, just giving you this fun sort of idea. Play around with it, think about it. It's a lot easier than the layperson knowing about Austronesian languages, Mon Khmer, Amerindian languages, on and on. So I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.